an idiot sandwich, Chef Ramsay.
Chef Gordon Ramsay is a very wealthy man. However, the fiery chef didn't become rich simply by shouting obscenities.
Where's the lamb sauce?
Here are 10 reasons Gordon Ramsay's on the verge of becoming a billionaire. Plenty of restaurants.
Squawk like a pigeon!
I don't think pigeons do squawk, Chef.
Squawk like a pigeon!
It goes without saying that the goal of many chefs is to someday have their own restaurant. After all, having your name in large letters right above the entrance of your own restaurant has to be one of the biggest motivators for any chef. Gordon Ramsay was no different. Back in 1993, after years of hard work and dedication to his craft, Ramsay became the head chef of Aubergine in London. After becoming Aubergine's head honcho, it only took Ramsay 5 years before venturing out on his own. In 1998, the soon-to-be world-famous chef opened Restaurant Gordon in London. The restaurant is filled with everything you'd expect from Ramsay, such as unparalleled service, fine dining with an intimate ambiance, and 3 Michelin stars, just to put an exclamation point on things. But by far the most famous of all Ramsay's restaurants is undoubtedly Hell's Kitchen, the restaurant most associated with the chef due to being featured on the hit TV show of the same name. The chef, however, is by no means exclusive to fine dining establishments, as Ramsay does have his own pub and grill, as well as a fish and chip restaurant for those who have no interest in fine dining. Ramsay currently has 58 restaurants that all bear his name, including locations in the US, Canada, France, Dubai, and Singapore. The Ramsay restaurant empire brought in around $100 million in 2022 alone. It's safe to say Gordon's restaurants not only serve bread, they also bring it in.
I thought this was a high-end restaurant. Why am I the only one wearing a tux?
Ramsay on television.
But if you destroy my palate?
What?
If you destroy my taste buds?
Most of the world became familiar with the restaurateur from his various TV shows. Ramsay first popped up on British TV in the 1998 kitchen documentary Boiling Point. The series chronicled Chef Ramsay for 8 of the most intense months of his life as he opened his first restaurant, the Restaurant Gordon Ramsay. In the year 2000, Ramsay appeared once again in the follow-up Beyond Boiling Point, as well as a few other appearances on shows such as Faking It, which saw Ramsay helping a chef perfect his craft. With his natural charisma and entertaining demeanor, it's not hard to see why the TV execs came calling on a more frequent basis.
Not only you live and die on what you put on the plate.
In 2004, Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares launched Gordon into the public eye. The show followed Ramsay as he visited terrible restaurants in desperate need of his assistance. Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares would lead to an American version of the British TV classic, which was a bit more dialed up. But it was the debut of Hell's Kitchen, the reality cooking show that made Ramsay world famous. While anyone who watched Chef Ramsay on Kitchen Nightmares was well aware of his fiery personality, this was on full display and ramped up to 11 on Hell's Kitchen. With an F-bomb here and some clever insults there, the show was a bona fide hit. It was only a matter of time before a plethora of other hit shows made their debut. Series such as MasterChef, Hotel Hell, The F Word, and MasterChef Junior all have managed to make a rich Ramsay even wealthier. Gordon's Cookbooks.
Cooking does. 3 times a day, 7 days a week for the rest of your life.
When you become a world-renowned chef, it's almost a prerequisite that a cookbook will be in your future. From Wolfgang Puck to Julia Child, the world's top chefs almost always release a cookbook for their adoring fans. Many would-be kitchen cooks and potential future chefs all wish to tap into the culinary minds of their idols, or simply want a collector's item. Whatever the case, the Celebrity Chef Cookbook has always been a hot commodity. So when Gordon Ramsay decided to release his first cookbook, Passion for Flavor, in 1996, fans were delighted. Now, back in the late 90s, the fiery chef was not even close to being world famous. So Passion for Flavor did not sell quite as well as his future cookbooks, like Gordon Ramsay Quick and Delicious. Some of Ramsay's most famous cookbooks include 2005's Gordon Ramsay Makes It Easy, which features simple recipes for the home cook, and 2003's In the Heat of the Kitchen, featuring a few tips, techniques, and shortcuts. Ramsay also contributes a food and drink column to the Times Saturday magazine because why stop at just cookbooks? To date, Ramsay has 20 cookbooks, so for all those Chef Ramsays in training who wish to perfect beef Wellington, lobster spaghetti, or any of his other famous recipes, the secrets lie within the pages. So get cooking.
Cursing is not smart, okay? It's an industry language.
New to BabbleTop? Then how about hitting that subscribe button? We'll never swear at you or throw insults at you. Now, more on someone who will. Cookware and Speeches.
That's a one-pan up.
Like his fellow celebrity chefs, Gordon has many items that bear his name. The most famous and obvious is his line of cookware, the Gordon Ramsay Collection by Royal Dalton. The award-winning kitchen products are available to all the would-be Chef Ramsays out there wishing to prepare dishes just like the man himself. The Ramsay Collection includes cookware, dinnerware, and crockery. As you'd expect, the Ramsay Collection isn't cheap. In fact, the Gordon Ramsay maize denim 16-piece dinner set can run you $337.
Another billionaire? How did he make his money?
Of course, Royal Dalton isn't the only company producing sets of Ramsay cookware and dinnerware, as several other companies offer cookware with the Chef Ramsay's seal of approval, such as Hexclad. Speaking of Hexclad, Ramsay is such a fan of the company's products that not only does the cooker bear his name, he also invested in the company. Gordon also happens to be in demand to appear and speak at select events. However, if you want Ramsay to speak at your function, it's going to cost a pretty penny. The estimated speaking fee range to book Ramsay for your event is around $200,000 and up. These events can include corporate events, personal appearances, keynote speeches, and performances. Investments.
Has a little bit of cream in the middle.
Like any shrewd business person looking to increase their net worth, Ramsay has made a number of investments over the years. Chef Ramsay reportedly has about 23 real estate properties. These properties include his restaurants and also his personal homes, such as his London and Cornwall homes located in the UK and his LA mansion located in the US. Ramsay's also the proud owner of several luxury cars and 2 luxury yachts. Ramsay also owns an investment portfolio of stocks valued at $20 million. He has stock in Boeing, Total Energies SE, Honeywell International, and Diageo plc, to name a few. Perhaps because Ramsay earned a significant amount of his wealth from TV, he felt it appropriate to reinvest in the medium, more specifically in his most recent series, Ramsay's Food Stars. The world-famous chef invested $250,000 of his own money to go toward the winner of Food Stars. The donated money is an entrepreneurial investment that will help bring a future restaurateur's vision to life. While this one isn't exactly about to generate Chef Ramsay any money, it's just an example of the fiery chef investing in someone's future.
The person who I'll be investing in.
Ramsay the winemaker.
It absolutely stinks.
Of all the alcoholic beverages out there, wine seems to have a certain level of class that beer and various spirits simply don't have. Devoted fans of the sweet nectar refine their palates to distinguish all the beautiful flavors that make up a good bottle. Tasting is one thing, but wine collecting is another matter altogether. Many wine connoisseurs will travel the globe, scour the internet, or even take a journey into their grandparents' dank cellars in search of a rare vintage. For a wine enthusiast, perhaps the ultimate dream would be to have a wine of their own. Well, if your name is Gordon Ramsay, that's exactly what you have. Gordon Ramsay's signature wines are produced at Siebold Cellars in Monterey, California.
3 decades ago, that America is now producing some of the best wine on the planet.
Not being content with having his California collection of wine, the British chef also launched an Italian collection in November 2021. Ramsay's Italian collection was created in partnership with winemaker Alberto Antonini and launched into the UK market in November 2021 with great success. Ramsay stated that he has always been fascinated with winemaking. Now, the fiery chef is not only a restaurateur, but also a producer of fine wine. A bottle of Ramsay's 2018 Cabernet Sauvignon will run you about $25, which is nothing compared to what his wine empire has generated for him. Gordon Ramsay Holdings Limited.
The importance of establishing a business is all about a positive cash flow.
With the vast empire Chef Ramsay has managed to build for himself over the past 30 years or so, it would be a task and a half to keep track of all your financial dealings. Luckily for the chef, he's had his head in the game early on and established Gordon Ramsay Holdings Limited. Established in 1997, the company looks over all of Gordon's business interests, including restaurants, media, and consulting. While Ramsay isn't the CEO, he is a majority stakeholder of the company with a 69% share, which was valued valued at $82 million back in 2007. The London company currently has 62 employees hard at work maintaining Ramsay's impressive financial empire. As Ramsay continues to expand his empire, the good folks over at GRHL will continue to have their hands full, as the Gordon Ramsay empire is already quite massive.
Very quickly to this phenomenon.
Stirring the sauce.
You're not teaching me, you're just showing up.
If there's one thing that can really give your favorite dish that little extra bit of deliciousness, it's a good sauce. Can you picture a plate of piping hot spaghetti without tangy marinara? How about a pizza that's not slathered with tomato sauce? Whether it's brown gravy on your plate of buttery mashed potatoes or a creamy bechamel sauce covering your pasta, sauces can be a dish's best friend.
We call it fancy sauce.
For me.
Sauces come in all varieties, and whatever food you happen to have an affinity for, chances are there's a sauce out there that can complement it. So it makes perfect sense that the master chefs out there would feel compelled to offer the public their own line of sauces. Being one of those masters, Chef Ramsay has thrown his hat into the sauce ring and launched his own brand of signature sauces. The Sauce Shot has teamed up with Gordon Ramsay to take your barbecuing to the next level. The collaboration features a barbecue sauce 3-pack, including original barbecue sauce, Carolina mustard barbecue sauce, and smoky chipotle ketchup. These days, it seems that an aspiring home chef has all they need to become the next Gordon Ramsay. You'll just have to practice those expletives. Franchising. The name is the game.
You've given me such a panning over the last 5 years.
Sure, having your own restaurant is a feather in your cap, to say the least. However, if we've learned anything from McDonald's and any number of other successful fast food chains, it's that franchising can make you very rich. Like those who have come before him, Chef Ramsay has also entered into the franchise game. Many of Ramsay's most famous restaurants can be found scattered around the globe, with Hell's Kitchen likely being among the most famous. The infamous restaurant has locations in New Jersey, California, and 2 in Nevada. But what if you're in the mood for something without all the glitz and glamour associated with Hell's Kitchen? Well, Ramsay's lower-profile restaurants also litter the landscape, with several Ramsay's kitchens located in the eastern and Midwest United States. For those in the mood for some classic English fish and chips or a good old-fashioned burger with Ramsay's seal of approval, there are many Gordon Ramsay fish and chips as well as Gordon Ramsay burger restaurants throughout the UK and US. Ramsay's restaurant franchise has reached as far east as Singapore and Hong Kong and even into Dubai, all the while making the incredibly rich chef that much richer. Ramsay's deal with Fox.
I was more afraid of you than I was of an NFL lineman.
At this point, it should be fairly well known that both the Fox network and Gordon Ramsay are quite happy with each other. The production company has had a working relationship with the famous chef since the debut of Hell's Kitchen back in 2005. The 18-year relationship has made the fiery chef a household name and launched a handful of clever insults and catchphrases into the public consciousness. Well, it seems that Fox thought Ramsay's pockets needed to be lined with a bit more money as the production company inked a $150 million deal with the famous chef. Studio Ramsay Global is the name of the production company created by the Fox deal in 2021. Studio Ramsay Global funded the acquisition of 100% of Ramsay's existing television business, Studio Ramsay, which was a partnership with All3 Media. This deal will see all of Chef Ramsay's programs from here on out falling under the Studio Ramsay Global umbrella. So, what do you give to the chef who reportedly is worth around $800 million? Why, $150 million and his own production company, of course.
I did a ravioli of lobster.
Which is pasta.
We've got more than Ramsay on our menu, so just tap or click on another great video and hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell.